Hey, what's up everyone? James from Junkyard Fox. Thank you so much for joining me, and today I wanted to give you guys a rundown on what I carry in my pack. Now, you've seen this bag multiple times during the last year, particularly during my stealth camping adventures, which have been a hit on this channel. This is the pack that I carry. So usually I'm in some urban setting, like under a storm drain or something like that. And this has been a tremendous use, very handy pack. Not only do I use this during those stealth camping, but also when I'm out doing some regular camping out in the forest in conjunction with stuff that I carry in my truck, like my tent. So this is the pack that I carry. As always, things are always evolving. Things are going to change depending on where I'm going, the season, what gear I'm testing. But overall, generally, I like to keep an almost OCD level of organization when it comes to my pack. So I'm going to give you guys the rundown. So thank you for joining me. Let's get started. Now, before we begin, I just want to let you know this is not meant to be a bug out bag. This is not meant to be all-encompassing and it has all the 10 C's of survival plus 100 other things. That's not what this is meant to be. This is just mainly my sleep system. So, I'm hiking to a spot. I locate a place where I'm going to just lay down there for the night. I'm going to open this up, set up my bedding area, open up this, set up my lantern so I have lighting. I open this up and I'm gonna have my food stuff, my pots and pans and ways so I can heat up food for dinner, that kind of stuff. So I highly recommend, if you're looking for all my things, all my gear I'm gonna carry, please check out my latest EDC update. I'll have it here in the corner. And that way it's gonna work together. So you check out the EDC, you're gonna know that I don't leave home without a hat. I also, of course, on my person, I'm gonna have a cutting tool, I'm gonna have a fixed blade, I'm gonna have a flashlight, a lighter, that kind of stuff. I also have a haversack here, which has a saw. It's gonna have a steel canteen, a poncho, ferro rod, all that stuff. So I'm using all these things in conjunction, okay? So this, you're not gonna see 3 knives and all that kind of stuff because I already carry those on my person anyways. I'm not leaving home completely naked just carrying this pack. So once again, if you're looking for that, check out my EDC so you can see what I'm carrying on my person and on my haversack. And so with that out of the way, let's talk about the bag. First, this is made by the Hidden Woodsman, my buddy Malcolm. And this is hand-stitched, handmade in the US, all military grade materials. It's water resistant, it's tough against thorns and dust and all that stuff, tough against the elements, and that's what I really love it. Not only that, but at the same time, it's just a very beautiful looking pack. I mean, I like this coyote brown looking color. I like the camo at the top. It just gives it a lot of personality while at the same time remaining functional. I like the fact that you have, of course, the big body bucket up here. At the same time, you have these 2 sides for placing other things. You'll see what I carry on the sides. And then there's a sleeve here if you wanted to put like a hatchet or an axe, if you're going to go out into the wilderness. So I'll have a review on this pack in a couple of weeks. Very nice, very comfortable. The back has this mesh to allow breathability, particularly useful during the hot summer months when you're sweating. The shoulder pads are padded. There's a sternum strap. There's a waist strap as well, which I have removed. Made out of 1500D Cordura. So it's just going to be very good, very tough. So yeah, we'll have the full review on that pretty soon. Big shout out to my buddy Father Nomad on Instagram. He did 3D print this little compass right here. It is glow in the dark. I don't know if it shows. And it just fit perfectly here. So of course, with these little straps, you can add things like a knife or whatever the case may be, something you want to attach on here, some kind of little flashlight that could work as well. And yeah, this is all I have right now. I am working on getting like a little Woobin light over here, so in case very The Last of Us, you know what I mean? So in case I need my hands free, I'll have a light right there. Okay, so let's start with this side. On the left, this is what I like to call my electronics pouch, with a slight exception to it. So let's remove the buckle, and first things first, I have is some sturdy leather gloves. Now, down here in the Southwest, we live in thorn country. Everything's out to stab you, whether it's ocotillo, yucca, mesquite, prickly pear, fire ants, scorpions, you name it. It's out here. It's going to want to stab you and prick your fingers. So having something like this is going to make it far easier if I needed to gather tinder, to whether making a tinder bundle or getting firewood for the evening, or like in my last stealth camping video where I had to clear out a vacant lot, kind of remove all the garbage from it so I can set up camp. Of course, all that garbage you don't want to dirty your hands with. So just a godsend right here. Now, like I said, this is called my electronics pouch, but this is my one my one exception is in here, because that way it's easy access. I don't have to open this up. You know, it's just right here if I need them. So I got my leather gloves, and I have my illumination. So I have the Yuko Madrone lantern right here, USB rechargeable, I'm sorry. It also can help you charge your phone. Now, I've had this thing going on 5 years. I don't even think it charges your phone anymore, sadly. I don't even think they make this model anymore. A very dependable lantern that I've had throughout the years, so nice and tough. Here's a secondary Yuko lantern right here. This one is also USB rechargeable. At the same time, you can open this if you don't have a way to recharge it, and you can use AAA batteries. You can remove this, and inside you're going to have a way to use AAA batteries for emergencies. I like the versatility of that. I also have a review on this if you want to check it out. Outstanding little lanterns right here. So with two of them, I'm going to have a way to illuminate my campsite. Also, both of them have a way to detach. So if I have this hanging on my tarp line and I need to, use it, go somewhere, go to the restroom, I can just detach this, and then I can bring it right back. Same thing with this one. Magnetic. And then here are my Duracell batteries. In case I don't have a way to recharge this, I have batteries. And then lastly, I have an OutXE power bank. Now, this one's a little older. It is solar powered, and of course this is going to be charging my electronics. It's going to be charging my lanterns, my flashlight that I carry on my person, my cell phone that I'm recording with, all kinds of stuff. So I like to have that with me, and that's why I call it my electronics pouch. I have my lanterns and my charger, and of course this thing can also double, if need be, as a flashlight. Not that I ever really use it that way, but better than nothing. It adds just a little bit more versatility to your gear. So now let's talk about the pouch on the right. I like to call this the pantry. So this is where my cooking implements and my food are gonna be. Now, when I'm doing like an overnighter in the city or something like that, or like I said in the future later on this year, doing a backpacking overnighter, I'm not carrying a ton of food. So it's gonna be very minimalistic. So first things first, I have this little Junkyard Fox reusable bag that I carry my foodstuffs in here. It's not a lot of food. It's really just to give me dinner and possibly give me breakfast in the morning before I pull up stakes. But it's just something very, I'm going to have my stuff in here. So what do we have in here? I actually forgot what I have in here now. I have 2 of Jed's bean bags. These are little coffee bags. So makes it much easier than having to measure with a spoon. Some ramen, and a little bit of creamer for my coffee. So very simplistic. In fact, I would usually have a little bit more stuff like a Cliff Bar in here, stuff like that, like a little snack. Not a ton of stuff, not very elegant or luxurious fancy eating stuff, but it's just something that I can keep my foodstuffs all together right here. And I have a shameless plug: if you're interested in getting a Junkyard Fox reusable bag, or one that has Cuervo Negro or the old Fox logo, link will be up here to our merch store where you can purchase it. Nice and handy little bag. You can put a ton of stuff in it. Okay, now we have the MSR Pocket Rocket 2. You've seen us using this many times. It's a gas stove right here, so it's just been a godsend ever since I got this. It's been a game changer because it makes it easier to boil water without needing to make a fire. And sometimes it's just the convenience. Sometimes, like when I wake up early in the morning, I don't want to have to go look for a tinder bundle and break down little sticks, twigs to get a fire going. I just want some damn coffee in the morning. So especially in an urban environment, once again, if I'm camping, in an alley, in a vacant lot, something like that, you can't be drawing attention to yourself. So something like this makes it fast and easy to get a fire going. We'll talk about this in a little bit. Here we go. So here's my pot for water. And of course, that's how I'm going to be making my ramen, how I'm going to be, making my coffee. Got a little gas tank here, of course, that connects to my gas stove. I also have a little lighter. I don't have a lot of redundancy here, but a little lighter. I mean, it takes up such a little space. Doesn't hurt to have it. And then another little bandana. It's also redundant since I always have one on my person and on my haversack. Helps you cleaning up whenever, wipe your hands, wipe your face, whatever the case may be. So once again, I got my pot. I got my MSR right here with my gas stove, my foodstuffs. Now, one thing I don't like about the MSR is I've dropped my pot before when boiling water and I'm not paying attention. And I hate that because there goes your dinner, right? And then I'm preciously short on water, so it sucks. So I do have this Expedition Research little grill. To be completely honest with you, it's not even mine. It's Cuervo's. This was a gift from Shadow, a buddy of ours, and he gave it to Cuervo, but when Cuervo's not using it, I'm using it. And of course, this helps stabilize that pot right over the gas stove. And that way I don't have to worry about it wobbling and it falling over, that kind of stuff. Or in case I'm just going on an overnighter, a simple overnighter, and I'm going to cook up something, a little steak overnight, something like that, something just more relaxed. Caught a little fish, boom, got a little grill. So many uses for a grill, and I like the fact that this one's nice and tidy, and it has a little pouch, so it's not going to be just staining the inside of my pouch. So there's the pantry, the contents of my pantry right there. Okay, so let's open up the pack. Got these two buckles. And there's a pocket right here, a very breathable little pocket. And this is where it's going to have all my hygiene stuff. So everybody feels better, in the morning when you get to clean yourself up. Especially, you've been sweating all night and your breath probably stinks. So this is where I keep it. Very simple, but, just the basics. So I have some scope here for mouthwash. Face wipes. Once again, I want to wake up and just clear the eye boogers and the drool from my face at the same time if nature calls and I got to take care of business somewhere. I don't have to rely on cactus pads. So of course I'm going to have this. A lot of uses. Of course, want to wipe my hands after I ate something and whatever. And then I have just a little cheapo dollar store little mirror in case I do, I'm cleaning myself up and I need to look at my face. It could be just as simple as, once again, clearing up buggers from my face. Or it could be something like I hurt myself. I got stingers on my face or whatever the case may be. So a mirror goes a long way when it comes to hygiene. And then I do have the straps for my waist for the pack that I don't really particularly like using, but I don't get rid of them either. So they're here in case I need them. They don't take up a lot of space. So very simple right here. Once again, just wash my face, wash my mouth. There you go. So that's just my hygiene right there. Of course, right here, once again, you can have a sleeve for like a hatchet or an axe. All right, and let's open up the main compartment. So you see this gusset right here, just kind of keeps things nice and closed in case it's raining or whatever, kind of keep dust out of here. Let's open this up. First things first, I have a Tough Possum Gear little medical pouch. Now, I'm not, this very well-trained EMT or whatever, I'm not like that. So I don't have a lot of experience when it comes to, very complex medical procedures, patching someone up. This is just a boo-boo kit. If I fell and I scraped my knee or I got stung by a bug, whatever the case may be, nothing too complicated, just gauze and sterilizing pads, that kind of stuff. I do have bug juice right here, insect repellent, because the mosquitoes are coming out right now and they're being annoying. I do have some ibuprofen if need be, if I have a headache. I also have some anti-diarrheal here in case I ate something that just was not was not agreeing with me. So just the basics, nice and simple right here. And then I have a secondary water. Now, I always have a water. Every time I leave home, I have a canteen, but that's never enough, especially out here in the desert. You do need a little bit more. Every single time I've tried to do the stealth camping thing, I'm always low on water by the morning. So I do have a full container of water here. It's backup. It still isn't going to be enough, to be completely honest with you, but better than just having one canteen. I have a backup one in here. And then I have a tarp. Now this is some cheapo tarp. I think I bought it like at Home Depot a couple years back. It's pretty large. I want to say it's like 10 by 10 or 9 by 9. I'll annotate it down below, but it's pretty large. It's, you know, I fit easily in it. I can taco myself if need be to kind of protect me from the winds, whatever the case may be, and keep dust and all that from getting on my blankets and all that stuff. So, of course, you always want to use this as a ground sheet. Now, of course, once I have my ground sheet, I want to start setting up where I'm going to be laying down. So particularly during the cold months where the night is just going to be sucking the heat off of you, you really want to have a good bedding. So right here at the bottom, I do have, of course, you've seen this for many years. I have this self-inflating Coleman sleeping pad. And this thing has just been a godsend. I actually found this on clearance at a Target for like 15 bucks. And I thought, I have nothing to lose, even if I only use it for one weekend and it sucks and it, you know, rips or whatever. I've actually ended up having this thing almost on like 4 years going, and it's still going strong. I really love it. Just, that's going to be my first way of getting off the ground. You know, I got my tarp, then I have this, and then I'll add stuff to it. So, one drawback is the color, of course, because it draws a lot of attention. It's very bright. I wish it was more muted like this, or, you know, olive drab. But I'll take what I can get. So for now, I'll have this, and I'm going to keep an eye out if I can find another one very similar to this self-inflating sleeping pad that's going to be a little bit more earth tone, and then I'll replace it. This can just stay 100% in my truck for tent camping, and then I'll replace my pack one with something a little bit more subtle. But you've seen me opening this up. It like I said, it inflates by itself, so that saves me some time right there. Now, this is not enough to be comfortable. It gets you off the ground, but you're still very low to it. So I do have this Unigear inflating sleeping pad. Now this one you do gotta inflate on your own, but it's very comfortable. And so with this and this, the conjunction of these two, it's gonna get you a good 3-4 inches off the ground. Not too much, but enough where it's gonna, you know, you're gonna be a little warmer, a little bit more comfortable. You're not gonna be feeling rocks jabbing at your back or something. So I'm still testing this. I will be reviewing this pretty soon. You've seen this in the last couple of camping adventures, both stealth camping and camping. Now, one thing that I did change here from the last time you saw me using this in a stealth camping adventure is I did leave out the wool blanket. Wool blanket is very heavy, it's very bulky, and it takes up a lot of room here. So because it's summer, I don't think I'm going to need it. So I have replaced it with this Pathfinder bivy right here. I have not used it yet, so, you know, the jury's still out on it. Of course, I still got to test it out. But yeah, this just, it's like a little burrito container for a person. So just, you know, it's going to be reflective on the inside, so bouncing your body heat back to you. So we're going to test this out next time with my ground sheet, my tarp. Then I'm going to have both of my sleeping pads. Then I'm going to use this, and then I'm going to taco that tarp over me. So I'll let you guys know how this works. Just wanted something very lightweight, a little lightweight and easy to carry around bivy. And check out the room in here. This can hold 35 liters here, and then of course on the two side pouches and here. So it's a good amount of stuff for, like, once again, an overnighter. And then there's one last item back here. And here we go, my Ruger Mark III 22 pistol right here. Beautiful little gun, just highly accurate. The only drawback about it, it is heavy. So that's why I don't like to carry it on my hip very often. You feel that weight. But other than that, very reliable. Comes with got this little sheath right here. So of course, if I needed to place it on my person, it's there. Of course, the shemagh can be useful for other things, you know, to improvise as a pillow or what have you. And then, of course, here I have an extra magazine with another box right here of 22. So some ammunition right here. I like to keep it covered so there's no dust getting on here or whatever. So once again, I don't like to show this too much on YouTube so they're not, you know, giving you grief and demonetizing my videos. I like to get paid for what I do. So let's put this away. But yeah, for people who ask, you know, you don't see it on my EDCs. One is because this pistol is very heavy, that it's uncomfortable to carry. There's no way anybody's going to be concealed carrying something like this. It's just too heavy, too bulky. But to have in my pack, most definitely. Well, folks, that's about the conclusion of this video. We are running out of sunlight. We also got to make this quickly because we do leave at 8 in the morning to Utah for a grand adventure tomorrow. So we're going to make this quick, and this is going to be a very dry video. It's not going to have all the bells and whistles I like to do when I'm editing and, you know, a lot of music and B-roll and that kind of stuff. But I still hope you enjoy it. I've had a lot of fun. I've been wanting to make this video for some time. Now, keep in mind, once again, this is not meant to be my bug out bag. This is not meant to encompass all kinds of things and I'm never coming home. This is just meant to complement me going outdoors and staying overnight. So once again, it's working in conjunction with what I carry on my person, my everyday carry, also my haversack. So I don't need extra things that's just going to be adding weight. This just complements what I have and what I don't normally carry for my EDC, like sleeping pads and a bivy sack, stuff that I wouldn't normally carry every day, like in the city or whatever. But if I am going to be staying outdoors somewhere, whether it's, you know, once again, a stealth camping adventure or out in the wilderness in an upcoming backpacking trip, this is what I got to pick up, and it's going to take care of it. I have my lighting, you know, my lantern stuff I wouldn't carry normally. Also, you know, my gas stove and my pots and pans and extra stuff like that. So if you like this video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any questions, comments, suggestions. Let me know if there's something I'm overlooking, some chink in my armor, or maybe something can be implemented better. And that's about it for us, folks. Once again, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment down below. And if you're new here, please subscribe. We are at 94,000 subscribers. We are pushing to hit that 100K by the end of the year. And that's about it for us, folks. So we'll see you guys next week with another video. Now go outside and get your boots dirty. And I wanted to make that really smooth and I didn't. But that's about it for us, folks. So thank you. We'll see you guys next week.